It's 8:10 now, and the U.S. housing economy has families across the country considering picking up extra jobs just to be able to afford their monthly rent. Those high prices are also reflected here in New Orleans, and a new semi-annual HousingNOLA report shows just how dire the situation is. HousingNOLA's executive director, Andrew Morris, is joining us today with some of the findings, and this is a conversation we've literally been having with you for years now. You walked in the studio, right, and Eric and I both said, "Are things looking any better?" And you said no.
No, unfortunately, no. We have got to get our arms around this. And, you know, again, the council's meeting today, the mayor's office, the state legislature, the governor, everybody's got to be pulling in the same direction. And that's just not happening. We see small incremental steps. There's actually some good news coming out of the council today. They're going to guarantee, hopefully, that when you go to eviction court, you have a lawyer.
Okay.
That's going to be great. That's going to be transformative. But we need to get to the point where people don't end up in eviction court. We need to severely reduce the number of people going into eviction court. We need to actually build more housing, and we need landlords willing to house folks who can guarantee payments.
Right, and it's all about creating more affordable housing options. So a lot of people don't realize how dire of a situation this is. This new report, I know, has some new data and numbers, so kind of give us some of the major findings.
So major findings, in the last 6 months, we've lost significant progress. We didn't do great last year, but we made some progress. All of that progress has been obliterated in 6 months.
Wow.
Right. There's right now about 1,000 voucher holders who can't find landlords. These are folks who can guarantee payment, and they're not landlords willing to take a chance on them because of how the COVID eviction crisis was mismanaged from top to bottom. There was the eviction moratorium, and there was just the real delay in getting landlords paid. So now you have landlords refusing to rent to people. They'd rather take the risk of having the property empty than rent to people who can guarantee payment.
Wow.
We were severely broken.
And so talk about numbers here as far as how many more affordable housing homes, units we need. I know you guys looked into that.
So we need about $37 billion over the next few years in order to make the right investments. 7 years ago, we announced that we needed about 33,000. That number's dramatically increased to about 44,000 units that need to be built.
Wow, 44,000.
Yes, that need to be built. We also need to make sure that we're helping people who are currently in their homes stay in their homes. Everyone knows that inflation is driven by housing prices. That's one of the things that drive inflation. And housing prices have been out of control for a very long time in this country. And now those chickens are coming home to roost. So now we're seeing insurance go through the roof. That's also a failure to, bring more people back. And so people who have been in their homes and have been somewhat comfortable are now feeling the pressure.
Right.
People who sky high utility bills because their home needs renovation and they can't afford to, make the repairs because building materials are so expensive.
Sure. So when we talk about a number like 40,000 more homes being needed, is that even realistic? Are we even close to having that happen?
No, but it's not impossible.
Okay.
Right? It's realistic in so much as that it's absolutely possible in the universe that we live in. We can do that. We've done it before. In the 10 years after Katrina, we brought online 88,000.
Oh, wow.
So this is not some wild number. I mean, and this used to be a community that was home to about 620,000 people. We haven't broke 400,000 since Katrina. So this is about getting back to where we were, and doing things that are innovative. I mean, again, one of the things that we've been talking about, we hope the council will take up, is accessory dwelling units. This is something that used to be standard in a lot of communities in New Orleans, mother-in-law cottages and things like that. And now it's become controversial because people are afraid and espousing, really backwards notions about keeping their neighborhoods pure out loud in 2022. And when mother-in-law cottages, they're all over New Orleans.
Right.
We want people who are struggling with insurance, whose family members need somewhere to stay, and also creating housing for renters.
Yeah, it's always good to talk to you about this because we need people passionate behind this issue to make sure everyone can afford to live here. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us with that update. We have posted a link to the full HousingNOLA report on our website, so you can check that out at WWLTV.com. Just click on links.